Yo, what's going on, guys? I real quickly want to talk about how I personally believe every team in the Kristaps Porzingis, Tyus Jones, Marcus Smart deal won. Because this was a multifaceted trade. After the deal between the Wizards, Clippers, and Celtics fell apart, they were able to pivot Brad Stevens, get themselves Kristaps Porzingis. This is a guy who just had a career high year in terms of points scored, basically almost, average a career high in rebounds, did have a career high in assists, and, played the most games he had played since his second season in the NBA. And the concerns for the Clippers were about Brogdon. So they were able to pivot, and they ended up sending Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala to the Wizards, Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies, who Marcus Smart's going to be a defensive leader who not only can be their point guard while John Morant serves his suspension, but when John Morant comes back, Marcus Smart can continue being a starter and really replaces the Dillon Brooks role for this team. So they've got their Dillon Brooks replacement and someone who's better at everything, okay, that Dillon Brooks did. Better scorer, better facilitator, better defender. And all they costed them was Tyus Jones, which was an expiring contract, who I personally think is an elite the best backup point guard in the NBA, a guy who's capable of being an above average starter. But he was an expiring contract and he was going to leave, okay? He was going to leave because he wanted an opportunity to be a starter himself. And Danilo Gallinari never gets to play as a Boston Celtic due to the knee injury he suffered, but this works out because Kristaps Porzingis, what's going to happen is the Celtics are probably going to sign him to an extension now that he's opted in and he's extension eligible. They'll probably sign him to an extension. It'll probably be like a 3-year extension, so it'll basically be 4 years. And I think right there, that's a win for Boston because they get Kristaps, who's showing that he's healthy. And Kristaps can play power forward next to Robert Williams, but he can also be their center in lineups where they want Tatum to be the power forward and they want to go a little bigger with maybe Brogdon and White and Jaylen Brown and Tatum and Porzingis with a bit more spacing on the floor. And then they can go huge with Robert Williams and Porzingis on the floor. And then the Grizzlies, like I said, they got their Dillon Brooks. That's why these two teams won. And for the Wizards, yeah, they missed out on Amir Coffey and the 30th pick of the draft and getting Marcus Morris. But either Tyus Jones is going to turn out to be the team's franchise point guard in a weird way. If he somehow, best case scenario, he balls out so much that we decide he's our franchise point guard, or he'll rebuild his value to where I don't think he's extension eligible because he only signed a 2-year deal, but maybe he could be a guy we can get a pick for, or, some second round picks for at the trade deadline. So I think this is a deal where everyone wins, and I'm happy for it. Okay. I'm happy for it. So let me hear your thoughts on below. What did you guys think of this deal? Was there anything else you would have wanted to hear? And let me know. But that's basically it for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to head out now, guys. But peace out. I did want to add the fact that Mike Muscala, Danilo Gallinari are definitely going to be waived. I don't expect them to return. And, I don't expect them to ever play a Wizards game. Now, I wonder if the deal will be expanded, but I doubt he'll add another team. But expect Danilo Gallinari and my man Mike Muscala to be waived unless they can somehow include those two guys in the Chris Paul trade that has yet to be finalized. So those are things to look out for, but I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think the Wizards roster is gonna have any of the players that are currently on it besides maybe some of the young guys But let me know what your roster is going to look like next year. But I think everyone won. So yeah.